how smart you are, how rich you think you are. Every human being is going to go through extreme stress multiple times in their life. And the real question is, what are you going to do with it? And the first thing is, if you're going through hell, keep going. But if you keep going, you discover, number one, how strong you really are. Because if you don't give up, you'll discover who you are. The second you find out is who your real friends are. Because when things aren't so great, you get to see who those are. And then third, it almost gives you like an inoculation to future stress. Because like I had a friend that was shot down in Vietnam and was in a prison there for 7 years in solitary confinement. And Captain Coffey's his name. And I remember I met him later in life, and he was going through this tough thing with the IRS, and it was so unfair. It took him 3 years. He got his money back. But I said, doesn't that drive you crazy? He goes, after I've been with the North Vietnamese, he goes, what could the IRS do to me? So I think those pieces are there, but everyone gets called on the journey. Most people try to resist it, but that journey, that's what the call is. It's a call to grow. So I'm big on change your story, change your life. And I'm big on understanding the narrative of where you are in the story of your life. Because if you understand where you are, it gives context, it gives meaning, and it doesn't make you feel overwhelmed.
Had your mother not suffered in such a way, do you think this would be so important to you? Had you not observed that suffering?
Yeah, I've often said, like I said earlier, I think I'm a good human being, and I think I still help people. But what I'm providing 62 billion meals, working around the clock on top of, my 114 companies and all that. No, I don't think I would. And that hunger comes very often from pain, but pain's not enough to keep you going. Pain only goes so far. You've got to find something that, it's like I tell people there's two types of motivation, right? There's push motivation. You're making something happen. And I have enormous willpower. I'm sure you do. Most of the people we probably interact with have great willpower, right? But there's still a limit to it. But there's no limit to pull motivation. Pull is there's something so magnificent you want to serve, something that you care about more than yourself. That's where all the energy in life comes from. You know what's in your heart and your soul, what wakes you up in the morning and makes you go. And I think if I hadn't had the pain, I don't think I would have been sensitized. But I also, if I hadn't felt the pleasure of serving and seeing impact on such a large scale, then, you'd be limited. Because listen, meeting your own needs is not that hard. Like my biggest beef with right now since COVID is this whole self-care revolution we've got. I mean, you got to take care of yourself. Don't get me wrong. I take care of myself. And, you get weaker and weaker the more you focus on yourself.